Headline: New York Mets make a bold move. Brandon Nimmo traded for Marcus Semien. In a stunning but somewhat expected trade, the New York Mets have sent outfielder Brandon Nimmo to the Texas Rangers in exchange for second baseman Marcus Semien. This marks a significant shift for the team as they look to reshape their roster during what promises to be an eventful offseason. Nimmo has been a fan favorite and a key player for the Mets, so this move will undoubtedly spark a range of reactions among fans. What do you think about this trade? Comment Go New York Mets below. Semien, 35, comes to Queens fresh off a Gold Glove season. His 7 outs above average ranked him third among qualified second basemen, showcasing his elite defensive skills. Yet, what makes Semien particularly exciting is not just his accolades. It's his approach to leadership and team culture, which he emphasized during his introductory press conference. He expressed a deep appreciation for the Mets' history and is eager to make his mark in New York. As we all know, trading away a leader like Nimmo creates a void, but Semien appears ready to step into that role. He's made it clear that he leads by example, which is crucial for a roster that features young talents like Brett Baty, Mark Vientos, Ronnie Mauricio, and Luis Angel Acuna. Do you think Semien can foster their development and bring out the best in them? Share your thoughts in the comments. Offensively, Semien is determined to prove that he still has a lot left in the tank. He openly acknowledged a disappointing offensive season last year, but is optimistic about turning things around with the help of the Mets coaching staff. Considering the firepower the Mets need to compete in the National League, can Semien reclaim his MVP caliber status? Let's hear your opinions. Durability is another significant asset for Semien. He has consistently played a high number of games throughout his career, embodying the phrase that the best ability is availability. This kind of consistency can be a game changer for the Mets, especially coming off a season filled with injuries. Fans, how much do you value a player's ability to stay on the field? Is this something you think the Mets should prioritize moving forward? Financially, the Mets have taken on the remaining 3 years and $72 million of Semien's 7-year, $175 million deal. In return, the Rangers will absorb 5 years and $102.5 million left on Nimmo's contract. Plus, the Mets have sent an additional $5 million to balance the deal. This trade not only reshapes the team, but also sets the stage for what could be a busy offseason for Mets president of baseball operations David Stearns. What's next for the Mets? Do you expect more moves to come? This is just the beginning of what could be a transformative offseason for the Mets. As fans, we should stay tuned and remain hopeful for more exciting developments. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know your name and city as well. Go New York Mets. New York Mets signal a major shift with Brandon Nimmo trade. The New York Mets are making headlines this offseason, and not just for the usual reasons. David Stearns, the new president of baseball operations, has officially put the league on notice. The Mets are open for business. In a surprising move, the Mets traded longtime fan favorite Brandon Nimmo to the Texas Rangers, marking a significant change in the roster as they look to reshape their future. Nimmo, who has been with the Mets since being drafted in 2011, was a staple in the lineup and a beloved figure in the organization. However, as he enters his age 33 season with a hefty contract of over $100 million remaining, the Mets decided it was time for a fresh start. It's hard to ignore the emotional weight of this trade. Many fans are understandably upset, feeling that Nimmo represented a connection to the team's history. But what do you think? Are you sad to see him go, or do you welcome the change? Stearns acknowledged the necessity of this move, stating that the team's performance last year was simply not good enough. After a disappointing season where the Mets fell short of the playoffs despite high expectations, it's clear that a shakeup was needed. The Mets' collapse in 2023, highlighted by their inability to secure a playoff spot after a strong start, was a wake-up call. This trade signifies that the organization is serious about improving and moving forward. Brandon Nimmo's trade is more than just a player leaving. It symbolizes a shift in the Mets' strategy. With the departure of Nimmo, the Mets are not just clearing cap space. They're creating opportunities for younger talent to emerge. The team has a wealth of up-and-coming outfield prospects like Carson Bench and Jet Williams, who could play significant roles in the near future. Do you think the Mets are making the right call by investing in youth? The trade also opens up avenues for new acquisitions. The Mets could explore bringing in a high-impact player like Kyle Tucker or Cody Bellinger, both of whom could bolster the lineup while providing versatility. While the idea of adding another big contract might not sit well with some fans, it's essential to think strategically about the long-term vision for the team. Would you prefer the Mets to go all in on a star player, or should they focus on developing their young talent? Moreover, the trade of Nimmo allows the Mets to reallocate resources. They're still faced with crucial decisions regarding key players like Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz, and by moving on from Nimmo's contract, they may have more flexibility to retain their core. It's a calculated risk, but one that could pay off if executed correctly. How do you feel about the Mets potentially moving Alonso or Diaz to pursue other talent? The Mets are clearly in a transition phase, and while it's easy to feel nostalgic about Nimmo's contributions, this is a chance for the team to redefine itself. Fans have seen the Mets struggle to build a cohesive roster capable of competing consistently. This trade might just be the beginning of a new era that focuses on a balance of youth and experience, which could set the Mets up for sustained success. As we enter the offseason, the excitement is palpable. What do you expect from the Mets in the coming months? Are you hopeful for the future, or do you have reservations about the direction the team is taking? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know where you're tuning in from. Go New York Mets!